Hey there. Welcome to your Tuesday training. So, super excited to talk to you today about a subject that I think is probably on a lot of our minds, and we get a lot of inconsistencies in regards to this about our weight loss journey. So, today we're going to talk about exercise, and you do not need to exercise to lose weight. So, today I'm going to debunk 5 myths around this so that you can understand why we maybe have been trained to think with our diet brain, or the diet culture wants us to think we need to exercise, but we don't need to exercise to lose weight. To be honest with you, we don't need to exercise at all to lose weight. Now, there are other reasons to exercise, and we're going to talk about those today. But let's talk about the 5 myths. And I think they're pretty common. You're probably going to shake your head and say, yep, I'm familiar with those. So the first one is just in general, do you need to exercise to lose weight? And you do not. You actually just need to stop overeating. We need to stop overfeeding our bodies. We need to stop eating when we're not hungry. And that is, if we're running a marathon or we're doing extreme amounts of, um, like training for an Ironman or something like that. We'll talk a little bit about that here in a little bit, but it really has to do with the reason that we're overweight isn't because we're not working out. Maybe it's worked for you in the past where you have exercised a ton and you've lost weight. Maybe you've exercised a ton and restricted your calorie intake, but I think we can all admit that that does not work long term. We usually gain that weight back, or we can't sustain that activity. We really need to work on addressing the reasons that we're overeating, our emotional eating. We need to feel our feelings. We need to deal with our emotions when they happen. And when we take care of our emotions and our mental health in that way, and we deal with it and stay away from the food, and find other tools to combat that, which is really what my 16-week program does, then you will find that you will lose the weight. We are gaining weight. We are not losing the weight because of what we're putting in our mouths, not because we are not working out. So let's just, I think, take that one right off the table. Do you have to lose weight? Do you have to exercise to lose weight? And the answer is no. Now, do we want to work out? Yes, I want to work out. I enjoy working out. I did have to change this in my mind. I had to stop, I think, punishing myself the next day, maybe working out harder or saying I had to work out to burn the extra calories because I ate something or I did something, whatever that was. Now I work out to manage my stress. Now I work out because it feels good. I want to be strong for my body so that as I age, I'm able to care for myself and others. I'm less susceptible to fall and injury, and I'm better able to care for my body. But I think we just need to make sure that we understand why we're exercising. Do something you enjoy. Don't make it something painful. Don't make it a chore. Don't make it something that you hate doing in your head. Have it be something that you enjoy and that brings you happiness. Maybe have a reasonable goal about how many days a week. Now I call it activity. I don't even really call it working out anymore. I do go to workout classes a few mornings a week. I'm doing things in the basement here, but my goal is to have a daily activity goal, so that, what am I doing for the day? And it could be just going for a nice walk after dinner. It could be actually doing a workout class because I do enjoy that and I want to build muscle to really sustain myself from injury. All right, myth number 2. If I exercise, I'm going to eat more. And again, that's not true. Really, what you only times you'll really see where you might eat more or have an increased appetite is if you are like training for a marathon, like we discussed, Ironman, doing like really extreme exercise. Now, listen to your body. If you are finding, wow, okay, I'm working out in the morning and usually I'm intermittent fasting and maybe I'm not eating until 10, but the mornings I work out, my body's calling for food at 9. Listen to that. What does that look like? We don't want to make ourselves sick. We don't want to try to push that intermittent fasting window to a point where we don't feel good. But if your body is telling you to maybe eat a little earlier, then maybe eat a little earlier. Or maybe you're finding, I normally I'd be fine with my black coffee and a little bit of creamer and maybe add in an egg or a smoothie or something like that if you're feeling that your body's needing it. But if we were to increase the food we were eating, if our body really did need more, it would need more of the good stuff, right? Chicken and vegetables and fruit and whatnot. It's not going to need the ice cream and the chips and whatnot. So doesn't become like an excuse to just eat crap because you worked out. And I think there are also these times where we've said, well, I work out, I can eat anything I want. And again, wish that was true, but that is not the fact. That is not the case here. We cannot eat anything that we want just because we've worked out. Part of it is if we're actually are challenging and pushing our bodies to do more. We should be fueling it the right way. But we're not burning enough calories to really eat what we want. We're using it as an excuse, and it's impacting our weight loss, and we're not losing weight. Myth number 3 is only hardcore workouts count. So in this sense, you would say I can only count it if I worked out and I lifted really hard, or I ran really fast, or I broke a sweat. And again, not the case. Any type of activity counts. Park your car at the end of the lot at Target. Work on going up the stairs instead of the elevators. Get off the couch more. Maybe have a standing desk so you're standing. What do those different things look like that you can increase your activity? Feel like you're not having to restrict your calories, and you're moving your body. You're just gonna feel good. Again, if we tell ourselves, I don't work out to lose weight, I work out because for my health goals, because it makes me feel good. I want to be mobile and I want to be able to move as I age, then those are the right goals to have. Myth number 4, cardio is the best. Lifting weights makes you gain weight. So this is, again, not true. Now, when you start, if you've never lifted weights before and you start lifting, you may notice the scale goes up a little. And this is because when you lift weight, you're making little tears in your muscle. And when you're drinking water, your muscles will take in that water. But as those muscles heal, they'll let go of that water and you'll release that. So you really aren't gaining weight. It's just your body adjusting to this new program. But you're not going to, bulk up and get big. I know that's kind of the concern that women have is, I don't want to get big. I mean, people that get big, they are likely working out an extreme amount. They're potentially taking supplements to enhance that. And so for those of us that are just looking to stay active and make sure we have a good muscle tone or muscle base for strength, we're not going to gain weight. Really what lifting weights does is it's almost like bubble wrap for your bones. It's really helping support your skeletal system or structure to make sure that as, again, we age, that if we fall, if we slip, if we trip, whatever that looks like, that we're able to take care of ourselves. Food is what puts on fat, not lifting weights. Weights makes you stronger, which actually does help increase your metabolism. But if you want to be strong, then you need to lift weights, and don't worry about the fact that it's going to make you gain weight, because it's not. Okay, here is myth number 5. Anything under 30 minutes doesn't count. So this was an interesting one for me. So this would say that anything under 30 minutes doesn't count. So it'd be the all or nothing mindset. And this aligns very well with my weight loss program, where I teach clients that you don't have to have an all or nothing mindset. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. So in this case, if you don't work out for 30 minutes, then it doesn't count. And again, that's just not the case. You don't have to work out for 30 minutes. And a lot of times I think this becomes an excuse. I don't have 30 minutes, so I'm not going to work out, which means I'm not going to lose weight, which means I'm going to fill my face with all the things. And that's just bullshit. That is not true. You are not, it's not like magically our bodies say you hit 30 minutes and ding, 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 I burn extra calories. So stop telling yourselves that you have to work out for a certain period of time. Now, of course, you can go for a 30-minute walk. Great. So beneficial, so great to step away from our devices and clear our heads. But if you only have 20 minutes, take the 20 minutes. If you only have 10 minutes, take the 10 minutes and do it. It's kind of funny to say this, because think of some comparison. So this would say that if you going through middle school, high school, that you got 100% on everything. And if you didn't, that meant that you threw in the towel and you quit. Well, obviously, very few people got 100% on everything. How about, have you ever burned something? Burned toast, burn a bagel, whatever? Did you stop cooking? Never again? No, you didn't. You probably either ate that one, made a new one, but you did it again the next time. So the moral of this story is, if you ever make a mistake, you just keep going. Well, that's the sense of, in the case here, where we're not going to quit just because we didn't get it perfect. And again, I'm trying to debunk the fact that from a perfection perspective that you have to hit the 30. So it just, every little bit supports your health. Every little activity that you do, every little piece of time that you can provide your body to do. Like at work, I'm constantly trying to make sure I go up and down the stairs. And I've actually found that my endurance has gotten better. And I kind of give myself a little push to run up them. And I've noticed that it's gotten better. So here's me encouraging you. So these are the 5 myths. And so at the end of the day, I want you to encourage you to move your body, But if you are looking to lose weight and you don't have a workout program in place, then what I would encourage you to do is to focus on your mindset and to focus on making those healthy choices of what you're putting in your body while working through your expectations around dieting and binging, and that overly restriction, which I know has been really challenging for me, and it's something I've had to work on. I would love to chat with you about my 16-week program. I'm going to be having a special surprise here. I'll be announcing it here in the next week for the fall. For anybody in this group, it'll be a special opportunity for you to work with me one-on-one at a very highly discounted rate. I'm really excited to open the doors to the program for people and to share a little bit more about why this has been working for me. So stay tuned. Hope you learn a few things about this, and you can look at your exercise routine and decide if there are things that you're doing and maybe some of these myths that you've let fall into place in your mind, and how you can change your thoughts around that. If you want to increase your activity, I would definitely encourage you to consider doing so. If you have any physical limitations or concerns, make sure you're working with your medical provider. Otherwise, you can just start today by going for a walk. So thanks for joining me, Lai. I would love to hear from you in regards to anything you've applied here today. If you have additional myths around this for exercise, please pop them in the comments or reach out to me directly. I would love to hear them. And thanks again for taking the time to